Welcome back, everyone, to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal Live contributor Chelsea Gay here with our last guest, David Kane. David, thank you so much.
Thanks very much for
joining
inviting
us.
me. This is great.
Yeah, you were on last year, and we're happy to have you on again at this time of year when we're almost commemorating the 16th anniversary of the Station nightclub fire. And I like to have you on because, as you said, you do make it a little more light and calm than it's not as
it's a horrible event, but good can come from the event.
Absolutely.
And positivity can come, and
Absolutely.
we get lessons.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to be doing on the 24th of February.
Great. And so tell us about the event on the 24th, and then we'll kind of backtrack a little bit to your book and sort of your story.
Yeah. This is, as we said, we're coming up on the 16th anniversary of the Station nightclub fire. It was the fourth largest nightclub fire in the country's history, right here in Rhode Island.
Maybe one of the most tragic things to ever happen in our state.
Absolutely. It was,
if not the most.
100 people passed, 200 people seriously injured and maimed. And since that night, many things have happened, including the development of a terrific memorial park at the site.
It is.
If you've never seen it, you should really visit it.
Go check it out.
It is really has a wonderful spirit to it and helps you to feel a comfort and a peace over what's happened.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I would love for you to tell us about the event.
And so what happened for us, for our family to begin with, was our son Nicholas was the youngest victim of the fire. He was 18, and a devastating thing for our family, certainly. But beginning the day after the fire, we started to get signs from Nick letting us know that nobody goes anywhere, that our loved ones are really with us. Anybody that we love who have passed, we always talk about them in past tense, and that's not what the reality is, at least for us. There's an award-winning documentary called 41. Not the one about George Bush, just the other one.
Different one.
And it shows Nicky from when he's very young to moments before he passes in the fire. It's a tremendous documentary. And I've also written a book called 41 Signs of Hope. Now, this is show the book,
Great.
and this is. I'm not selling the book. I'm not hustling the book here.
No, it's fine. You should.
But our talk on at the Arctic Playhouse in West Warwick, 117 Washington Street in West Warwick, on Sunday, February 24th at 2 o'clock. There is a free, open to the public presentation of stories from my book, 41 Signs of Hope. Nicky had 41 was Nicky's number. He'd get in the car with me, he'd say, Dad, look, it's 41, 241. He'd say, Eliza, wait, Dad, 41, 41. We could never figure out what it was.
Yeah.
When Nicky passed, he was 18 and 23 days, 41.
Wow.
The Station nightclub is at latitude 41.41.
Wow.
The fire call box at the station was 4414.
Wow.
And on the cover of my book is a sketch of Nicky from a videotape we found a year after he passed. My friend Charlie Hall did the sketch for us. And in the videotape, Nicky's mom is holding him. He's about 4 months old, and he has a little baseball uniform on, and the number on the cap is 41.
Wow.
And beginning the day after the fire, we started to get these wonderful signs, and they continued, and they piled up and piled up. And finally, after 2 years, I decided to write the book. And the book is just a tip of the iceberg. I mean, there are hundreds of stories and hundreds. I did an interview online with Bob Olson, an Afterlife TV interview, so you could check it out, afterlifetv.com.
Yeah.
And then type in Dave Kane, K-A-N-E. And I have heard from all over the world. Wow. I've heard from countries where people have had experiences, and many of them including Nicky's own visits.
Wow.
It's been astounding. So what we want to do on the 24th of February is to tell you these stories, and maybe it will help you to realize your own signs from your own loved ones, from your own people who you feel have passed and have gone somewhere. They haven't gone anywhere. They're right with you. You know, Nicky wrote a play a year before he passed called They Walk Among Us. The name and the play is about teenagers who die and come back as angels.
Wow.
And so there's a whole bunch of stuff going on here, and he wants us to share it with everybody, and that's what we're doing.
And so, I mean, it's at the commemoration of the 16th anniversary, but the event and the book is really it goes beyond the station nightclub fire. It's really about connecting with loved ones.
It really is. It's letting people know that all of our love. Now, Nikkis Job, it seems, we've been told by mediums, if you're into that stuff, we have been told that this is his job now, to help children connect with, who have passed, to connect with their parents.
Okay.
Or parents who have passed to connect with their children.
So it's really about healing and connection.
And knowing that there's nothing to fear. At the end of Nikki's play, Grace, the angel, says to the boy they're trying to help, in the end, everything is going to be just fine.
Wow.
And I do mean everything.
Wow.
And so that's our story for the Arctic Playhouse.
Okay.
117 Washington Street, West Warwick.
West Warwick.
And I hope you'll join us. And I have one story I was going to share.
Yes,
with
I would love for you to share the story.
Now?
Yeah, I mean,
All
go
right.
ahead. We'll go from there.
Okay. Well, this is.
Does it have 41 chapters?
It happens that 41 chapters, not planned.
Wow.
The publisher has a note in here saying that it wasn't planned. When he got done editing it, it's what it came to.
That's insane.
My wife worried that Nikki suffered in the blaze. It drove her crazy that he felt the flames.
Yeah.
She couldn't sleep at night. She was crying. Every medium we went to said to us, no pain, no pain. When we asked, they'd say no pain. When we didn't ask, they'd still say no pain.
Wow.
Well, we were tagging a Christmas tree about 7 years ago in Lincoln at the little Christmas tree farm out there. Nick liked doing that, so we went to do it. And she was in the mode that day, worrying about Nick again. And I said to her, you don't understand. How many times this kid got to tell you, no pain. Every meeting we've been to, Cindy Gilman, Lisa Powers, Roland Comtois, Robert Brown, no pain, no pain. We get in the car and we're going up Breakneck Hill Road in Lincoln. And I say to Joanne, what do you want this kid to do? Put it in writing. And as soon as I said that, a car coming from the other direction had the vanity plate, no pain.
Wow.
And this is owned by an anesthesiologist who lives in Lincoln, Rhode Island.
Oh, my gosh.
He gave us permission to use the
play.
I mean, so this was, now you tell me, I mean, here I am talking about this, here we are concerned. This guy goes out to the Cumberland Farms or something, he gets milk, and he's coming back to his house.
Yeah.
And right when I say, what do you want me to do? Put it in writing.
There he is.
Peekaboo.
He's a part of it.
So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, as Nick says. And I hope you'll join us. It's free. We just want you to come out and hear the stories and then adapt it for yourself. If it helps you, that's what we want to do, and that's what Nick wants us to do.
And so how many years has this event been going on?
Well, no, this is the first time we're doing this.
Oh, okay.
This is the first time we're doing
so
this.
So you had chatted with us about the book.
Well, yeah,
about
I mentioned the book. Mostly I was trying to commemorate the anniversary because people forget, as you know, after the further you drive away from the site, the smaller it gets in your rearview mirror, and it disappears. So I'm trying to make sure that people know.
Course.
And so this is the first time I'm doing this. I do speak on this issue for hospice entities.
That makes sense.
And I do college nursing, death and dying classes, and talk to people and say, when you've got a patient who's on the way out, and they suddenly see their dead Aunt Tilly, it isn't the medication. They're really seeing Aunt Tilly.
Wow.
She's right there coming to help her transfer.
Excellent. And now if on the off chance someone isn't local tuning into this show, do you have any advice for, someone who has lost a loved one? Is there a way to connect with that loved one, or is there, something they can do to kind of
we believe
instead of
there
feeling
is.
pain?
Yeah, we believe there is. We believe to open. First of all, coincidences are not coincidences. They are really happening. A lot of times we'll see a license plate at a certain time, or we'll be driving to Stop and Shop and we'll be thinking about Aunt Tilly, and then when we get there, her favorite song is playing on the music. That's Aunt Tilly knowing you too. So you need to be open to it. Don't be afraid to talk. We talk openly to Nick. We have a space for him all the time when we eat. We have a place for him at the dinner table. When we go out to eat, we do the same thing. When we order a pizza, we use Nikki for the pickup name.
Yeah.
And so you have to continue to have your relationship. Your loved ones are with you, and they're trying the best they can. If you imagine two women in a supermarket, they're talking to each other, and one of them has a little girl, and the little girl's going, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy." Yeah, okay, well, Mommy, but they're still talking to each other.
Yeah, it's a good analogy.
Well, one of the women might be saying how much they miss their daughter who passed, and the daughter's right there going, "Mommy."
Yeah, so it's just about being open.
Yeah, being open
to it.
Acknowledging it, and don't be afraid. A lot of people don't talk about it because somebody's going to disprove it or devalue it and hurt their feelings and take away their belief. Speak openly about it. Don't be afraid. You're not leaving them. They're not leaving you.
Yeah. And after the fire, you sort of became an expert. I mean, in a lot of ways, you were at the forefront of a lot of changes that happened with legislation and pushing people to make real valid differences. So I want to ask you, what good has come out of this, if any? I mean, what's been the impact to this day to make sure something like this doesn't happen again? I mean, do you see anything that is better?
Not enough. Yeah. Not enough. You know, and shortly after
I like
that,
to hear that. I mean,
we had a situation where a local fire marshal told the Boys and Girls Club that they had to get a certain amount of stuff. The Boys and Girls Club fought it. They appealed it,
wow.
and the state backed up the fire marshal, and then the fire marshal was blocked from Woonsocket from doing any more inspections.
Wow.
So we haven't learned much yet, but I hope we will, because it's been 16 years, and we can make a difference, and I hope you will demand it.
Okay, excellent. Well, David, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And you can purchase your book on Amazon. I know you're not here to sell it, but if people do want to take a read, it sounds like it's really, really interesting.
It's an ebook too, so it's cheap.
Oh, great.
Ebook,
You can read ebook.
and love to have you check it out.
I haven't read it yet, but I do really appreciate the message of connecting with loved ones and making it as positive of an experience as you can, and having them still be in your life. Which
thanks for making your contribution.
Oh,
too. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for coming on with us, and tell us again just about the logistics of the event, date, time.
Sunday, February 24th, 2 o'clock at the Arctic Playhouse, 117 Washington Street, West Warwick. Everybody knows the Arctic Playhouse. Come in. It's absolutely free, and I'll regale you with some stories that I think will really be uplifting to you and make your soul and your spirit feel good.
Excellent.
And you'll feel someone around you, I'm sure.
Excellent. And you can also, while you're there, check out the monument, because it is really breathtaking. It really is to see. They did a nice job with that, if anything.
I think they did.
I think even though changes need to happen, but that is a really beautiful monument. So we appreciate that happening.
Well, remember, it teaches us what happens when people don't do their job.
Exactly.
And that's what the monument's for.
Exactly. Well, David, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you taking the time to speak about this topic. It's very important on the approach as we approach the 16th anniversary, as people shouldn't forget about things like this. And it's really lovely that you have been able to connect with your son, and I don't know, it gives me goosebumps. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of our viewers. I keep forgetting it's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day.
That's why I wear the red.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I didn't wear any red. I really honestly didn't remember. And whether you're celebrating at home with your furry friend or your best friend or the love of your life, we hope you have a great night. And we will see you next week to talk more about what is happening in Rhode Island. In the meantime, you can grab all your news at GoLocalProb.com. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Happy Valentine's.